Unity All Unite TV. We are here and we are in a beautiful place in Irvington, and we're gonna have a beautiful celebration here, a Haiti celebration, right? On channel 190 and 1097, Comcast Cable and Xfinity TV, yes. And it's on every Thursday from 8 to 8:30. Chris Sanders is the host. And right now we have Councilwoman Charnette. Yes, yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Definitely. Always a pleasure to support all the work that you're doing. It's always amazing to inform our community with all the great things that we're doing. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I would love for you to give them a little storyline on how you became councilwoman, actually from when you were younger and you had your first aspirations of what you wanted to be up to now. So please go forward and tell them about yourself.
That sounds like a good thing. So as you heard, my name is Charnette Frederic.
Yeah.
I am a councilwoman at large, the second vice president in the township of Irvington. As you can see, we are in the amazing place of Irvington. I am so proud to be here. So to give you a little bit background of who I am, I was born in Haiti in a small little village called Kazan. And I was grateful enough to have an amazing parents. I have two brothers, they are twins, so total we are three of us, and grateful to be together as a small family. My father wanted to have a better opportunity and decided to leave Haiti and then come to, venture off for better opportunity. And in 1996, he had the opportunity to bring us in New Jersey. And when he bring us in New Jersey, he brought us in Irvington because that's where he bought his property. So we were so grateful to coming from Haiti, something different, a whole different culture, not speaking English enough, and but it was amazing to see how everybody embraced us. In 1996, I was grateful enough. I almost was done in school in Haiti. So one of my dad's friend, helped me along, and then I get my associate degree in biology at Essex County College. But how I do get that? At the beginning, as a woman, I never see myself as a nurse or anything that the people want us to be. I saw myself more as a math person. I couldn't speak English, but however, I knew math, I knew numbers, and I enjoyed numbers when I first came in. So I took a class. I'm like, maybe I want to be a computer major. So when I started taking the class, I'm like, this is too. I'm too talkative. I like to talk. I cannot be in front of the computer all the time. So I said, let me try a biology class because my parents want me to be in the medicine field. So I took a biology class with Dr. Johnson at Essex County College. I fell in love with biology, understanding how amazing our body works. Doesn't matter what our color. We all are so amazing inside. We have so much in common as human beings, even with our animals that we're all aware of. And that's what made me fall in love with biology. I got my associate degree in biology, wanted to become a doctor. However, MCAT was driving me nuts, and I continue on getting my bachelor degree at Rutgers University. And I took the MCAT once, and I did not go the way I wanted because I was specifically wanted to be at UMDNJ because I didn't want to leave New Jersey. I got accepted to other the school, but I'm like, I want New Jersey. Right. But somehow I continue on and go on to the field of science. So my first job was a small lab, waterworks laboratory. After that, I get to Roche as a scientist, and then I continue my schooling because my parents really believe in education, because every degree that I take, I'm like, Dad, Mom, that's for you. So I got my master in healthcare administration. Now I become a licensed nursing home administrator where you can hire a doctor, fire a doctor. I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. I don't have to be a doctor. So the flexibility was important. So in 2003, when I'm getting married, I wanted to buy my property. My parents, I'm the only daughter. Instead of living anywhere else, I wanted to be close with my parents. So I decided to buy my property in Irvington. So I have my first son, 2006, the only son, of course. And then now I start to get involved because I wanted to get involved for the school system, figured out how to help. Again, I talk a lot, I ask a lot of questions, figured out how my tax dollars, what's happening. And then, one person told me, why don't you run for school board? I'm like, that sounds interesting. I did not even know it was politics because I thought it was volunteer work. But it turns out I did not win that election. It was in 2009 by a few hundreds votes. Then I know maybe that's the reason I did not win that election. Maybe because I did not know enough politics. As a result, I went to What Girls Women in Politics, trying to learn a little bit more about what is it, because that's when I find out a little bit more about the school board. It's a very important role. No money, but however, it's a place of great change that you can do as a person. So when I went to Sister Run, which was a very important program at What Girls University, until now I still supported Women in Politics. Anytime they invite me, it was always an honor to go there to support our young people that want to get involved. In 2010, I run again after I go to take the course, say, okay, I'm ready. I have a platform. I know how to fundraise, even though I hate it. Then I decided to say, run it again, and I did not win the election by a few votes. And I decided, I said, maybe it's because I lack of organization, because it takes a lot of people to work together to be able to win an election. With the Democratic Party was not supporting me, I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going back to politics. And then 2000, wow, the people that wasn't supporting me loved the platform, what I was doing, why I wanted to become a school board person, because I thought it was very important to have a place of inclusive, having all kind of people running. I don't care, it doesn't matter if I was young. I wanted to get involved and help the community. 2012, they told me, oh Charnette, the West Ward is open. Do you want to run for it? I spoke with my family. What do you think? Everybody's like, that sounds like a great idea. The people who were against me now supporting me. The people that was with me now always with me. That was my election to lose.
Yeah.
So 2012, of course, I win the West Ward, and that's where we are right now, in the beautiful West Ward in the township of Irvington. And as the first Haitian American in the whole state of New Jersey, become the councilwoman. I did not know how big deal that was, because my whole idea was always to support my community and help and give a voice for the voiceless, especially those who are immigrant. I came in the United States not knowing the culture, not be able to speak the language, and then now I had the opportunity to help others. So that's what I love to do. So 2012, that's where the fun began.
So did you do the Board of Education first, or you went straight? Yeah, straight to the
Yes,
councilwoman.
I went straight. I lost in the school board,
right.
and then I went straight as a councilwoman.
Well, now how old were you when you?
I was one of the youngest, of course, too. So back in 2012, 1978, oh my goodness, you have to do the math now.
Yeah.
So definitely I was one of the youngest that was serving. In 2014, I became the council president, one of the youngest as well, serving in Irvington, New Jersey. But the key thing is, the part I'm grateful about Irvington, not only that, they wanted to make sure that, we are there and we can support, you know what I mean, the township.
Yeah. Mayor Voss was already in when you.
No, at first, when I first started, I say thank you to late Dibala Beasley. That was one of the person, the chair of Democratic Party in Irvington, that supported me. With Mayor Wayne Smith, that was my first term.
All right.
That was part of that whole group that's supporting and trying to make our changes. In 2014, of course, Mayor Voss became the mayor and wanted to see something bigger and greater. We need a lot of service in Irvington. I'm grateful for a mayor that understands the needs of our residents and listening to the needs of our residents and try our best to supporting our residents. I think our residents to continue to tell us what needs to be done. And government, you are our ears and our mouth, and we want to hear from you. I always say we make law for the greatest good of the greatest numbers. As a result, we need you to be able to continue our work here in Irvington.
Right. Did you ever have fear when it came to talking in front of people?
I said it before, I'm always worried because I have an accent and I always talk fast. Sometimes I'm worried people don't understand because I think quick and I talk very quickly. And that's the reason I do not feel offended when somebody say repeat it again for me.
Right.
So, and the other thing that I always believe, everybody make mistakes. As a result, after this interview, I will never want to see myself talking right now. The reason for that, I'm like a perfectionist. So when I see myself, I'm like, oh Lord, I should have said this, I should have said that. So I don't even see myself after that. So my way to cope is to not see it again and then try my best.
We are with Councilwoman Charnette Frederic, and this is going to be a beautiful. They're setting up the chairs right now. They're 6 feet apart, of course, following the regulations for the COVID-19 regulations. And they have the speaker systems up. You see that? back here we have a lot of speakers over there. So you know there's going to be dancing and celebration of Haiti. And I was just talking to a gentleman before we got on the air, and he was telling me about all of the nonprofit work that he's doing in Haiti. His name is Gary. He used to be a police officer. He says actually the police officers that work in this region in Irvington, they have basically a ratio of only 5 years of life after they retire. The majority of them are passing away. So we know that we are stressing our police officers out, and in this area I talked to the mayor of Austin. He was saying the majority of them are minorities, so he doesn't have to deal with the policing problem. Police brutality is not happening in Irvington. There might be some folks that have some personal issues with police officers in Irvington, but there's not that same type of police brutality that folks are disrespecting the community and causing harm to the community. So Mayor Voss had a great interview the other day, and we are continuing with the Councilwoman Charnette Frederic. Community All Unite TV. We are here with Councilwoman Charnette Frederic, and she has given us a beautiful amount of time while she's setting up for the Haiti celebration. Is this called a specific title?
Yes. As of now, May 18, we celebrate our 218 Haitian Flag Day. What does that mean? In 1804, we have the start the fight in 1803, and then with their flags, and then on January 1st, that's when they won the whole, Napoleon and Haiti, and then we have our independence. So on May 18, 1803, what they did is they take the flag, the French flag, they rip it apart, and then they put the red and the blue together. They sew it by a woman called Catherine Flore, and then that represent our flag. And then they put something called l'union fait la force. Together we are stronger. Yes. In the middle of the flag. And because of that, I think it was very important as a council person, as my civic association, working together to encourage our young people the importance of together. Yes. We are stronger. Sure. So this year we are celebrating together. Despite the COVID-19, we are doing a lot of work to make sure that we control the social distance, make sure everybody feels safe with a lot of PPEs and everything going on. But we will not raise the flag this year. We will have it the way it is, as we're singing both the American and the Haitian national anthem today, because at the end of the day, we want them to understand that as much as it is bad, the pandemic was devastating for a lot of us, but we want them to understand that we have to work together as a community. Right. We cannot let it get to us. A lot of them gonna watch what's happening today at home. I say thank you to one of our good friend in Haiti called Giwewe that's do a beautiful live streaming. The last time we did that event, the whole Haiti was watching it. Over 30,000 people was watching. This time they cannot wait to have something virtual for us to show that New Jersey is doing something. In New Jersey, remember Haiti, and together we are stronger.
Sure. So yes, Community All Unite TV is here and has the same theory that we can't create any change if we're separate. So we have to come together to make things stronger and get all of our policies and issues corrected. Now, what is one of the main issues that the community has about Irvington?
As of now, one of the key things that I think we need to continue and encourage our community, keep it clean. You know what I mean? We want to clean our community, especially this summer. I know the administration, the Mayor Voss and the administration is sending information to our residents. What are the fines if you're not cleaning? So it's important to continue your clean, especially with my Haitian community people. Every morning they will wake up and come and clean up the foot of their property. We want to encourage you to do that here in Irvington. Let us clean up in front of our property. It belongs to you. It doesn't matter if you rent it. You want a beautiful place when you come in. Safety, that's another priority that we want to be. We want to tell our residents, if you hear something, see something, let us know, because we want to dare and support support you. So the clean and the safe, and of course, as you know, job opportunity. As much as we call Irvington a place of opportunities, we need our businesses to get involved to help us, and you know what I mean, help us in the cleaning and the safety as well, to make sure we get great opportunity for our residents.
Right.
So and then everything continues the same with the whole United States, you know what I mean, the immigration, with with all that's happening with the pandemic, where a lot of people lost their job literally, and then we are definitely here for our residents to support them whatever they need, and continue to hear our residents.
Sure. Yeah, I heard about the program that if you clean your property, and even the one next door, that you can get a free trash can for your home.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's part of that program. I was talking to the mayor the other day, and those programs are excellent. And I was saying that sometimes these these families, when they see a fine, they think that's going to be an additional burden on them as far as their of course taxes, and then they have to clean. And then mayor said, show me this other opportunity of no taxes for a year.
Yes,
yeah, so
very good. I'm glad that I had the interview after you have an interview with the mayor, Tony Voss.
Yeah.
We want to thank our federal, because especially our Congressman Penn Jr. and our Bob Menendez and our Cory Booker, U.S. Senator as well. I know they work tirelessly to bring some funding to Irvington. The stimulus package is going to put in good use, and I'm so grateful for that. And one of them is definitely zero tax this year, hopefully zero tax next year, and then continue to do the clean part. And all of us in the administration are working, and as we educated our community, the importance of continue working together for a better and a beautiful Irvington.
Right. Now the education. So I know you have the educational background coming through, trying to get on board in education. What is the struggles of the existing educational system, and what are they doing to try to fix that?
So one of the key things that we know that in our community, we have the issue when it comes for having the right kind of technology. Encourage our children to use the technology properly. Everybody have a cell phone. That doesn't mean the right thing to use the technology. And one of the key things that I said it already, I'm not in the school board. It's a different entity. I can make sure that you have an interview with a school board member. But one of the key things that I do as an elected official, I listen to our residents, especially those who have children in our school district, especially those that cannot speak English. One of the key things I told my parents, you don't have to speak English to be a parent. Either you are you can speak Spanish or Creole or whatever the language that you can speak, but you are a parent, number one. As a parent, every school district have different people that can translate different language that you want. So as a result, you can definitely find out what's happening in your children's life, and that's the number one priority for our parents. The more they get involved, the more our children can succeed. And those are the things I'm encouraging. And I think our school district are open. If you have any problem with anybody, let somebody knows about it, and then we will support you. But the most important thing, get involved. And one of the good example that I have, I used to be the PTA president at Florence Avenue School. As a parent, I knew the importance of getting involved. And then one of the parents that couldn't speak English said, Charnette, I think my child is failing. I need to figure out what is the problem. So I was able to help the parents, the child able to take a test to find out, assessing the child to figure out what's that. Until today, that parents constantly call me, if this child is succeeding, is because of you. But the key thing, what make it happen is that parents wasn't afraid to come and say, hey, I don't know this, can you help me to do this? So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to work together as a community. Again, remember our understanding, together we are stronger. You are not alone in Irvington, either in the school district, either in the municipality. You are not alone. We are here to support and to listen to our residents.
Sure. Now, is there a homeless problem in Irvington?
So as of now, we have a specific department, INIC, Irvington Improvement Neighborhood Group, that's helping us from the homeless community. If you need any help, any homeless that's listening, maybe, we are here to support. I know every year we have to make a count of all of our homeless. One of the key things as a community person, I always want to know and involve in those type of things, because I always say we're stronger as the least the person that we have around us. So meaning how can I say that I'm a great council person if I have somebody sleeping on the street and then we're not here to support them? As a result, INIC provide food every day for them, and we have a place for them to sleep, but not in a permanent level, but more in a temporary level until we help them find a better way of staying. But however, we continuously looking and figuring out how to help out. I know we have the Turning Point. That's another place that I definitely visit that's more private in Irvington. I did visit, but they're more taking care of families rather than the men. Men is always the hardest part to take care from a homeless population. Yes. So as a result, it's always good to work together. I know sometimes I will call East Orange or Newark, find out if can help anybody that call me for any issue when it comes from homeless. The key thing is I rather people call and then find out if you see somebody, how do I help, rather than assuming we cannot help. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the more that you can help us to help you, it make it easier. But the opportunity are all over the place. Unless you ask, that's the only way we know how to support. Sure. And then sometimes people, when they are homeless, they might have a mental issue. And those are the things that we have our counseling center in Wagner Place. We are there to support, especially those who are immigrant. Like my Haitian American community, they believe a lot in a lot of voodoo. They think when they have something mental, somebody else doing something to them. Yeah. Those are educating. I am educating them from a science background, the importance of diagnostic, the importance of knowing you have a problem. That's the problem sometimes, not knowing they have a problem. So we're going to continue to encourage and educating our community.
Sure, sure. I was involved with the Black Lives Matter mural that's in front of the city hall. Sterling, of course, Brown, he came to me and I put it in the computer so he could see how big it needs to be. And I used that as a segue, even with the mayor, to talk about police brutality. And he was saying that there's really no issue in Irvington. Now, how did you get to achieve that?
So one of the key things, don't forget, as a legislative person, our role is to investigate it if there's a problem, also make law and change law, and also vote on our budget and our bill list. So what does that mean? The day-to-day operation, it's up to the mayor to make it happen. When you have a specific issues, I will let it up to him to answer that question from a political nicely way. Yeah. So when it comes for police brutality, one of the key things I told my residents, if there's an issue, let us know. We as council member, we are there to investigate and to help out. As of now, I haven't had major issue on that end, but however, if there's any issue, I ask my residents, please call me. Most of the time, I think, the immigrant community, sometimes they're scared of the police department, or they're scared of what's happening, government itself sometimes. Sure. Those are the places that I get involved a little bit when there's some issues on that end. But at the end of the day, I will let that up to the administration and the mayor to answer that question. And if there's any investigation, to investigate. If you see anything, I can always find out and figure it out. If you find something different than what he says, and we can always investigate to find out more.
How is an immigrant problem? And there's not a problem, but I'm saying they were trying to find immigrants at one point with I think it was with Trump, and they were they wanted to send a lot of immigrants back. Do you have that situation here? Are they safe here?
One of the key things is, as you were saying, is federal. I know back in a while when they have a raid in Irvington, let's say Irvington Terminal, which I was aware of that. I follow up with the police department, figure it out, because I wanted to let our residents know, especially those who are here working in the paperwork or in the process, you know what I mean? When it comes to the Haitian American community, we have something called temporary protected status. Sure. So we are protected. As a result, they have the paperwork to work, and they are legally here. And after the earthquake in Haiti back in 2010, those are the things as an elected official and being a Haitian descent, I've been working constantly, not just by myself, but with all of our network, because we are part of the National Haitian American Elected Official, not just in New Jersey and Florida, Washington, everywhere. We all work together. I'm the chairwoman, vice chair of that network. A lot of them wanted to take, but they didn't even get access to even take the vaccine. Let's work together on that end. As a result, what we did is everybody that called me, especially our seniors in Irvington, we make sure that some of them that might not be able to register, or every time they call, they're on hold, just hate the whole process. we take the process and the burden for them, and we register them in Irvington. And I think I'm grateful for Jody on that end that help us to make sure that we have that kind of connection to help our residents. So a lot of them did take the vaccine. Now is the time where everybody's open for everybody. So for those of you who wanted to take the vaccine, did not know where and how, now you can go walk on. We don't have to pre-register anymore at Essex County College. Or yesterday, which is May 15 and May 14, we do have clinics. Today we're gonna have our pre-registration form to make sure that we are helping when it comes for vaccination also in Irvington. So at the end of the day, as you know already from a hospital perspective, I stay away from things that I do not know. So I say things that I know. As a result, we're going to continue to help in the pandemic and do our best in educating our community.
Right. So I heard that the crime and a lot of things is lower. Your budget's isn't in the black, or what is the budget like now?
Very good. So first, I think the administration, Mayor Tony Voss, was doing an outstanding job. Our police director, Director Bowers, is amazing. So one of the key things I think is community outreach is very important as an urban community. Not be afraid to talk to our community. Helping all of our residents, we have different Black association around that is helping us, to make sure we have a safer Irvington. For many years when the mayor came in office, 2014, Mayor Tony Voss, for multiple summer and a row, we have zero homicide. That was amazing. He did an amazing job. And then one of the key things is I think he's very aggressive on enforcing the law, but at the same time with a heart, in Irvington, which is amazing. And then providing the service for our community. So again, it takes all of us to make it possible by believing in our municipality. One of the key things I talk about Irvington, we're small enough to be amazing.
Sure.
So we can do this.
Yes. I think that's a great way to end it. And I want to thank you for your time. And I've always enjoyed the fact that you are not afraid to come to our little nonprofit and help us. You talked to the young ladies at the Young Girls Empowerment Summit, and they really enjoyed that. I want to thank you for this relationship, and I want it to be to cultivate and become more. Whatever you need from us to do in Irvington, we want to be supportive, and we'll be following you. And of course, we want you to stay in office. So if you need us to hand out flyers when you run again, we'll definitely be here for you.
I'm gonna hold you accountable. For everybody that knows, when I'm gonna run in 2022 with the mayor and councilwoman Dr. October Hartley and the council president Renee Burgess. We have 3 ladies in the mayor 2022. Cannot wait to support, and I'm grateful. One of the key things I always say in politics is not the year of election that you are running. You're running throughout the whole 4 years. As a result, I'm grateful to support. Again, remember, I am in politics to support, to educate our community. So it was always an honor to support our young people, and as a result, you will see all of them around. You know what I mean? To help us, because at the end of the day, community together, we are stronger.
We're stronger. Thank you so much for your time. That's Community All Unite TV, another successful interview, and I hope it was informative. I hope you had your pen and paper out, because you guys need to know this information. Comcast Cable and Xfinity on channel 1097 and 190 on Thursdays from 8 to 8:30. Chris Sanders, your host, over and out.
Community. It's a fight now. Right now. And it will be alright now. Come together, you can't run forever. Come together, it's now or it's never. Community, kids are dying in the streets now. Change your mind, unity is all we need now. Community, kids are dying in the streets now. Change your mind, unity is all we need now. Change your mind, unity is all we need now. Change your mind, unity is all we need now. Change mind, unity is all we need now. Change your mind, unity is all we need.